Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to week 216 update. We're going to talk about this past week, talk about where I am in this journey, how I've been feeling, and where my focus is, and some accomplishments that I had this week. So let's get into it right now. Alright guys, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm the incredible shrinking Steffi. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, be a part of my journey, and allow me to be a part of yours. I share the ups and the lows of a weight loss journey and how hard this truly is. I started this channel 4 years ago to hold myself accountable, but also to inspire all of you to get healthy with me. We talk a lot about the mental struggles of a weight loss journey because, man, it's hard. It is hard. So we go through this together. We take this journey together. I am very real and upfront with you guys. I share the absolute truth with you of how hard it is living with a food addiction and living your entire life as an obese person, as an obese child, and growing up into an adult, and just how that kind of stays with you. And we're fighting through this. We are fighting through this together because I truly believe that we are strong enough. We are so strong enough and we are so capable, especially when we rely on God for his strength. So if that interests you, I would love for you to subscribe. Also, I have a support group on Facebook, The Shrinkables, so come join us over there. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm definitely more active on Facebook than Instagram, but I am trying to be better. But follow me. Everything is down below. All right, guys, before we get into the video, I did make a post in my Shrinkables support group. Also on YouTube, I did make a post asking if there's any specific topics that you guys want me to talk about. I don't know if I'll maybe do like a Q&A video or just separate videos with those certain topics. So I would love your input. I would love for you to comment down below if there's any specific topic that you want us to talk about, if you want us to go through together. So let me know down below if there's anything that you guys want to talk about. I also wanted to let you guys know to stay tuned for some upcoming videos in a little bit. I'm not sure when I'm going to be getting these up, but I'm going to do some interviews with some people who have had amazing success on their weight loss journey, because we can use all the inspiration that we can get, right? So I really wanted to interview these people here and there. These videos will come out here and there. Just to get some inspiration, because they truly are inspiring. They inspire me, and know that they're going to inspire you. So stay tuned for that. Turn that bell on for notifications so you guys are notified when I upload a video. So some exciting inspirational videos coming your way soon. All right, guys, so let's talk about this past week, because in my last video, I talked about how I'm so addicted to the scale. I'm so addicted to the number, but more just so addicted to losing weight. You know, it's all about losing weight. And if I don't see the results on the scale, then I'm not successful. And that's just bull. And so I'm really trying to change my focus. I'm really trying to change my mindset with that. And it is an ongoing process for sure. But I made some progress this week, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that, because when you've been on this journey for a long time, you really need to take some time to reflect on what worked for you in the beginning may not be working for you now. You know, I think we change, we evolve. And so we need to accept that. We need to embrace that, because things that may have worked for me in the beginning may not work for me now. And that is what I am experiencing, because like I said in my last video, I've kind of taken the lazy way of losing weight by just focusing on diet alone. And even though changing your diet, changing your lifestyle, you know, when it comes to eating isn't easy, and it certainly isn't lazy, for me, it's the lazy way because I didn't have to worry about anything else. I could just change my diet. I could just lose the weight and be successful. And that's exactly what I did. I did exercise throughout this journey, but I wasn't consistent with it, like I said in my last video. And that is something that I want to change. That is what I'm focusing on now. And for me, exercise affects the scale. It slows it down. I don't see fast results when it comes to the scale. However, you see results when it comes to inches. You see results when you're trying on new clothes. You see results when you're seeing your muscles, right? Like you're toning and you're actually physically seeing visible results. I am so fixated on that scale determining my success. And it's been that way. It's been that way my whole life. Every time I'm on a weight loss journey, I depend on that scale to tell me how I'm doing. And so I want to change that because it's not about losing the weight. It's about getting healthy. And that means in every aspect, right? Like it's losing weight, yes, but it's also getting healthy and making your body stronger and more fit. And that is what I want. And that is just an area that I struggle in. This is like the next chapter for me. And I always end up quitting. I always end up not being consistent with exercise because it affects the scale. So last week I said, okay, we're just not going to focus on that number. And so while I would love to say that I stayed off the scale all week, I didn't. Okay, so this is an ongoing process for me. I need to stop weighing daily, which is what I'm so used to doing, because when I am relying on diet, I've learned how to be successful with it over the last 4 years. I've learned how to be consistent and just really make this work for me. And so when I can stick to it and I can just give it 110%, I see weight loss results. Like I see results. I see that number go down, and that just motivates me. It has been a motivator for me. So I needed to find a different motivator because I really just feel like I need to change, be more active because it makes me feel better. So I didn't stay off the scale. I did weigh in. However, I'm really trying to just not let that number determine my success. Instead, I focused on crushing it this week. I felt amazing. I have been so consistent with exercise and working out. And with me, when I first start my exercise routine, I give it my all. I give it my absolute all because you feel good, right? Like you feel stronger. You don't have those sore muscles yet. And so it's just, I put in 110%, and sometimes it's just a little bit too much. And then I end up being really, really sore. So that's the case this week, but I feel amazing. I absolutely feel amazing. And I am in love with hiking. That is just my absolute joy. I love to hike. And so I'm going to take advantage of it for as long as I can before winter comes up here in Maine, because it's just absolutely beautiful. It feels amazing. And I'm taking these challenging trails too. I'm really challenging myself to really push myself, and because it just feels amazing. And when I start off, I do great. I'm consistent. I feel great. But then something happens. Something happens and I quit. And that's because I'm focusing on the wrong thing. My focus is just all wrong. So that's what I've been doing recently. It's been like for the past couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, that I've really been consistent with exercise. But this past week, I really took it up a notch and, really started that strength training and, building muscle. And I am just feeling really good, feeling really sore, but feeling really good. And so those of you who are so consistent with exercise, comment down below. Let me know where your focus is. How do you stay on top of it? Because for me, results are a motivator. And so when you're first starting out, you're not going to see instant results. It's just not going to happen. And sometimes the scale goes in the opposite direction. And that's the thing is with the scale this week, I have been stepping on the scale and it's not moving. Okay, but I'm feeling amazing. I know I'm working those muscles. I know I'm retaining water, and I'm eating great, which by the way, I have a video coming out for you guys. I believe it's 4 days of eating, just showing you guys what I'm focusing on with eating. And it's pretty much protein. I'm just making sure that I'm eating plenty of protein throughout the day. And I'm pretty much low carb. I stay low carb. However, I'm not super strict with myself. I'm still living. I'm just being cautious. I'm being alert, and I'm being aware that I do have a food addiction. So I do need to be careful. So just keeping our mindset strong when it comes to that is where my focus is. no one said this was going to be easy, but we can do hard things. And that's what I keep telling myself, that even though this is going to be challenging for me, I can do hard things. I can do this. And so, like I said, it's important to reflect on your journey and kind of look back and see what worked for you at a certain time in your life. And there have been only 2 times in my life that I felt like I had it, that I was seeing success, I was seeing the results, but I also felt like I had that freedom. I had that freedom with food. It wasn't holding me down anymore. It wasn't controlling me. I wasn't restricted. However, I was just on my game, and making the right choices the majority of the time. There's only been 2 times in my life that I really felt that I really felt that freedom. And oddly, that time has not been in the last 4 years on this journey. And even though I may have said it at one time, I believe that I did say it and say, I really feel like I made it, I had that freedom. But exercise wasn't a part of my routine. And maybe I did feel like I had freedom with food. I still wasn't there. I hadn't attacked the habits. And that is it. That is the focus. Habits. We need to change our habits. And the 2 times in my life that I really felt like I did it was, number 1, when I was 30 years old, I was at my highest weight of almost 400 pounds. I was 26 pounds away from being 400 pounds. I had just eaten my feelings. I was miserable inside, and I was ready for change. I was desperate. I was desperate for change. And so I moved down to Florida. So I completely changed my entire environment. I ripped myself away from my comfort zone, moved down to Florida with my father, my stepmother, and my little sister. And they were very fit, very active, like that lifestyle that they were living was exactly what I needed. And it was exactly the opposite of what I was living. And so forcing me to just change my entire environment really was key for me at that time. And I lost a lot of weight. I lost about 100 pounds in like 9 months. It's because I changed my habits. I changed everything about my life. It wasn't easy. Of course it wasn't easy. But because I wasn't home, I wasn't in my normal comfort zone, it made it a little bit easier, I guess, because I had to. I had no choice. I had no choice but to change. And so that was one of the times where I really felt like I had changed. I was working out every day. It had become a consistent routine. I was seeing results. I was loving the results. I was feeling amazing, and I wasn't 100% all the time. I would have certain things that would be my trigger foods, but they wouldn't trigger me because I had increased my metabolism. My body was working for me instead of against me, so that every single time I would have had something that would be a trigger food, it wouldn't cause the scale to shoot up because I was actively working my body and my metabolism. And so that was one of the times where I really, truly felt like I had changed, and that it was an amazing feeling. And then I happened to move back to Maine. Chris and I got married and kind of went back into my old life. And so began the yo-yo dieting, and we know the story of that. The second time that I really truly felt like I had freedom was after I had gastric bypass surgery. And I had made a commitment. I knew that I was going to commit. I was going to commit to that lifestyle. I was going to commit to the dietary changes that I needed to do. I was going to commit to being more active because it was important. I was going to commit to eating protein as much as I could because my body needed it. And so I did that. And so the weight just came off because it was weight loss surgery, right? So I got to see the fast results, which was a huge motivator for me. But I also felt that freedom. I felt amazing because I had changed my habits. I had changed my life. I changed everything about it. And so those 2 times in my life were the only 2 times where I really truly felt change. I really felt that is the person that I am destined to be. And both of those times included exercise, consistent exercise, building muscle and just working out. And really taking this seriously and changing my habits. Habits, 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 not just eating habits. I can change my eating habits. I've got that down. I know exactly how to do that. That's what I've been working on the last 4 years. I've got it down. Now it's my time to change my physical habits. And I feel like I completely lost myself in the last 5 years being a mom. I love my kids. And honestly, like being a stay-at-home mom was probably one of the hardest things in my entire life. I mean, it challenged me. It was the hardest thing ever that I had to do. However, I would never want to place my children in someone else's care. Like if I had to go back and do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing, oddly. Even though I completely lost myself as a mom, I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped doing what I love to do because obviously, you know, I'm taking care of everyone else. And so I think that's typical for a mom to just kind of put all of your needs on the back burner and worry about everyone else. And that's exactly what I did. But not getting a break, not getting a consistent break, for me and my personality, it broke me. It really broke me. And I feel like I completely lost myself. And so now that my kids are in school full time, I have my days to myself. And it's been weird. And I say weird because I feel like I'm spending all of that time on me now, which is good, you know, like I should do that. But like I'm being more active and I'm going out on hikes because I couldn't do that before. You know, we would go on hikes. I'd bring the kids on hikes, but they would complain the entire way. They have little legs. And so we couldn't do the hikes that I wanted to do. So it's different. It's completely different. I'm not saying that you can't exercise. You can't have a workout routine with kids. Absolutely. I'm not saying that. There are plenty of mamas who do that. There are plenty out there who have a consistent exercise routine and they're just killing it, even taking care of kids. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for me. Like I said, I just kind of lost myself. And so now I'm spending all this time focusing on me. And it's exactly what I needed because I'm finding myself again. I'm finding what I'm passionate about. And I have such an addictive personality. I get addicted to things like TV shows. You know, there's certain series of TV shows that I will just rewatch over and over and over and over and over again that I've seen a million times. Like Gilmore Girls is one, The Walking Dead is another, 24, Grey's Anatomy. Those ones I can just sit there and I'll watch them over and over and over again for however long it takes me to get through it. Like every night I'll watch like a show or two. And so that's my addictive personality. I get addicted to certain things. Obviously I'm addicted to food, right? Like we all know that. I want to be addicted to exercise. I want to be addicted to that. I want to be addicted to getting fit and stronger. And I just have to step out of my comfort zone and do it. Stop making excuses. I mean, I've been the queen of excuses when it comes to exercise. The queen of excuses. Because it was hard. Of course, it was hard. Having kids around you constantly taking care of other people, of course it's hard, but it's not impossible. And we can do hard things. We have to keep reminding ourselves we can do hard things. We just need to stop making those excuses. And so I'm done making the excuses. There are some days that I will be like, oh, I really don't feel like working out. But you know what? I'm going to do it. And it brings me back to those days of when I was 30 years old, when I moved to Florida and when I was ready to change, when I was at my highest weight and I was determined to change. I take myself back to that mindset because there were days I didn't want to work out. Of course, there were days when I had women problems going on and my body hurt. I would still get my workout in every single day. Every single day I would do it. Besides my rest days, of course. I wouldn't make excuses. And that is what changed my life. It's just that I didn't stick to it once I moved back home. So yes, it makes it a little bit harder still being in my comfort zone because I have to make an effort. I have to do that myself. I have to step out of that comfort zone and say, okay, we're going to change our life. We're going to do this. We just have to stop making excuses and do it and focus on how it's making you feel. Stop relying on that scale to tell you how you're doing. And thankfully, I do have an amazing scale. It's the Dara Fit Track scale. So it does give me different measures of my body, like muscle mass, fat mass, bone mass, everything like that, which is awesome. But it stopped connecting to my app. So all I'm seeing is the number. So I have to get that fixed. I have to replace the batteries. I don't have them right now. So once I have that, I think it's going to help me a lot to focus more on like, okay, well, am I building muscle? You know, why am I gaining weight here? Is it muscle? Is it fat? And so I think once I can see those measures again, it's going to make a huge difference. But right now I'm just seeing the number, and I need to stop. I need to stop letting that determine my success, because that number is not always going to be pretty. It's not going to tell us how we're doing. It's not going to tell us that we killed it this week with exercise, right? Because we retain water. You know, muscle weighs more than fat. We don't know what's going on inside of our bodies. So if you're just looking at a number, don't let it discourage you. Just keep doing what you need to do to be healthy, not to lose weight. That's not our goal anymore. Man, for so long, I mean, that's been like the intro of my channel. This channel is my journey to lose a total of 200 pounds from my highest weight. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see 174 on that scale. I do. Because that will be a total of 200 pounds. Just so I can say I did it. I lost 200 pounds. But it's not about that. And it's been in my brain for so long. And so every time I may stumble, you know, every time I may gain some weight, that's failure in my brain. If I'm focusing on that scale and I'm focusing on that number to tell me how I'm doing, when it goes in the opposite direction, that's instant failure. And that's just not true. It's just not true, because we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna live. It's gonna happen. I need to stop. I need to stop. And I need to continue what I've been doing recently, and I feel amazing. It's just a part of me doesn't trust myself, and that's sad, because it's been my history. It's been my history to quit. It's been my history to not stick with it and just not be consistent. But I have proven to myself that I can be consistent with my diet. I can be consistent and successful with losing weight. So I can be consistent and successful with getting healthy and getting fit and getting stronger. I have proven to myself that I can do hard things. So I will do it here. It's just going to take some work. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some mindset shift, changing my focus. But I'm determined. I'm ready to do this. I should be thankful that my body can still move. Why not take advantage of that? Because one day I'm going to be hurting and I'm not going to be able to move, you know? We're all getting older. We're getting older every single day. So why not take advantage of that right now? And move our bodies while we can. Get stronger while we can. And so that is what we're going to do. So I had an amazing week. It was an amazing week as far as just feeling great, exercising, getting stronger. I feel so sore, but it's so good because it's the beginning. It's the beginning, and I'm going to feel myself getting stronger. I just have to not make excuses and get it done. And now my kids are in school. I have no excuse, right? There's absolutely no excuse. And so that's what I'm doing. And man, I love hiking. It's such a love of mine. I truly love it. So I'm definitely going to be continuing to do that. Also wanted to mention that I've been talking about how I've been struggling with nighttime snacking since I stopped drinking at night. Things with that have gotten so much better. I haven't been 100% perfect, but pretty much I've been sticking to my intermittent fasting schedule, so having a certain cutoff time really does help, and just changing that mindset. But there are some nights where I'm just like, I just really want to snack, but I've been making good choices. I've just been getting some baby carrots and just munching on those because it gives me a crunch. And it keeps my mouth busy. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that. The nighttime snacking is going so much better. All right, guys, if you're still watching right now, thank you so much for your support. You truly mean everything to me. But if you're still watching, comment down below. We can do hard things, because we can. We can do hard things. No matter how hard they are, we can do it. Don't forget it. All right. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and join my support group on Facebook. Stay tuned for that 4 days of eating video. I'm trying to get everything edited for you, but be on the lookout for that next week. Alright guys, have a fantastic week. Stay safe and choose health. Bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.